Everybody. I hope you're having a good weekend. It's a pretty dreary, wet, damp, cold day in late April here in New Jersey. Unfortunately, it should warm up later this week, I believe. This is my review of the CaDA Mazda 787B. It's a one head scale set with 1,797 pieces. And I believe this was raced at the 1991 Le Mans race. This is kind of going to be my experience building this. And then you can make a decision whether this is something you want to get or not. This is my first experience building a Technic type set. And it took me, when I added up all the hours, because I did the whole thing by live streaming, about just over 19 hours and 45 minutes total hours. I had some problems along the way. I put some parts in wrong, used the wrong part by accident. It came with two instruction manuals. I don't know why it came with two instruction manuals and not just one manual. Inside the box, there are two smaller boxes. So if we open up the box, I guess I should have had this ready. We have a box one, which is the front, and box two, all right, which is the back one. Box one had bags in it. None of them had numbers. Box two had bags 2 through 3, I believe. And I found that a bit confusing. So I ended up opening up all of the bags in box one with the exception of the parts that came pre-printed. So this set does come with pre-printed parts. Everything you see here is pre-printed. There are no stickers, absolutely no stickers whatsoever. All right, everything here is pre-printed. Some of the pre-printed parts you actually had to take apart so you could put some other things in between the part to put them on. But everything you see here with color, well, this is all printed. All this stuff is printed, which is kind of cool. All right. I actually like the look of the finished set. I knew I was going to like the look. However, the building experience really, I'm not going to say it wasn't for me. It was just new, and part of the thing was when I was live streaming this, I felt like I had to rush, so I wasn't taking my time. During the times when I put pieces on that were put on incorrectly, that took extra time to take those apart. One thing that I deeply, deeply dislike about this set is the engine. All right, and then I just broke the pin off here. All right, it's hard to see, and it's going to be hard to see because the engine is black anyway. It's a 4-rotor engine. The actual Mazda was a 4-rotor engine, so you're building the rotors. They don't move freely whatsoever. I could not get them set so that when the wheels turn, the rotor in the engine turns. Two, you really can't see it because they're black and it's dark in there. This set can be made to be motorized so you can use it as an RC car So it's more important probably to get that to work if you're going to use this as an RC car, because there is a Technic pin that goes in from the front to the front part of the motor, and then there's another pin out the back, and that goes to the rear axle. So that would be needed to move the wheels. All right. I had a ton of trouble getting that pin in there. It was horrendous. I've got hands that are like so big. I'm an adult. Okay, I'm almost 6 foot tall. I probably have average size hands for a 6 foot tall adult. And I'm here trying to lift it. This part of this roof wasn't on here, and the doors and stuff weren't on. But trying to get that pin in there was a royal pain in the butt. I mean, there has to be a better way to get the stuff in there. All right. Also, again, the engine was a pain to put in. So I don't care if it doesn't rotate. Obviously, this part opens. It does kind of stay up, but I accidentally broke the pin off, but that's okay. I can fix that later. All right. The axle. Let's see if I can get this to clear up. These were a pain. Okay, you can see right there that piece moving freely. That's because there's another pin that's supposed to go in there that goes into the axle. And I couldn't get it to stay in. So either the pin wasn't long enough, or I don't know why they had to make this a universal joint and they couldn't have like a straight axle pin. Okay. So, I fussed with that total, okay, for a couple hours. This side, you can see, okay, you can see the axle pin goes in, all right? The differential here, that wasn't hard to put together. That wasn't the issue. It was the pins for the wheels that were a huge pain in the rear end, all right? And then connecting this to the engine, the build of the 4-rotor engine, which was kind of straightforward, but they have to be, each rotor is offset. So you have ones with the, if you noted, the rotors in a rotary engine are kind of like triangular with rounded edges instead of pointed edges. So like one rotor would be up, the next rotor would be a little bit higher, the one after that would be the same height as the first one, and then vice versa. The fourth one would be as high as the second one. I couldn't get it, okay? It wouldn't sit in the engine bay correctly. The parts are in there, all right? But it was a real pain, okay? I do still like the look of the finished product. It does have a spring suspension. All right, so that works. That's actually the first time I pushed down on it. All right. The loop here to represent the lower part of the windshield base won't lay flat. All right, so that's a criticism. Yeah, it won't lay flat. If you take a look at the box, you see here, this is the Mazda is connected. I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know if I have something on backwards, but it's offset. The Mazda is offset. Now, if you kind of lift it up and you're looking at, it from a distance, a foot away or so, you can see it spells out Mazda. Now it's like that on the other side too. All right. The next thing is the doors open up. They will stay up. The interior is all black. You can't really see anything. All right. There is a gear shift right there. All right, you can see that. You can see the steering wheel. The steering wheel does move the front wheels. It'd be easier if I moved the front wheels than the steering wheel. But you can see that moving. Okay, so that's not a problem. All right. And if you take a look at the front end, all right. So both doors open. Again, this is all printed. All right. And then here's the other side with the Mazda. And this door opens. But I don't know what happened. I put this together as I thought I put together as it was supposed to be. All right, so, but in any case, and then either I missed a part or, sorry about the noise, my dog, every time I sit down at the table, he gets excited and wants to play. There's a part inside, it's hard to see, when you're putting on the front frame, you're not going to be able to see it because this is covering it all up. But it required a piece to stick up, and I guess I couldn't tell that from the picture, and I put it in too low. But everything fit. Now, I was able to correct it on the right side of the car. However, I didn't have the correct piece for the left side of the car. Also, I was missing a piece to attach to it, and I took an extra Lego piece. All right, and I attached it to it because a long pin went in there. All right, and then this is coming out. So this side is okay. The structural rigidity of it, it didn't affect it, okay? So, like I said, I don't know if I misread the instructions or something. This piece here, I'm missing. I didn't get it. I found a piece that is similar where I could get the lines here with these rubber technic ropes or bands, whatever they're called, okay? So I guess like I'm probably missing like 2 or 3 parts. I did contact the company. I never heard from them. All right, I went on the website. I contacted the company. They didn't get back to me. I think I contacted them about 4 or 5 days ago. Not a word. Now, I did buy this off Amazon. All right, and again, I'm in the U.S. So on Amazon in the U.S., this is $89.99. So price per piece is really good. I thought it would be a good starter set. And, you know, maybe I would maybe consider it a moderate difficulty. So, even though I'd never had any experience building these sets, but, and again, this side opens too, all right. I don't know, maybe I got this piece in upside down. I don't know what the heck I did. In any case, that's it for this. I like the look. I mean, you know, I'll stick with the look. That's not an issue. really, you have to be looking really close to notice, you know, this piece right here to be different than the other piece, all right? There were a few extra pieces left over, mostly Technic pins. The black pins, some of the blue ones, the longer ones, were left over. All right, so you do have extra pieces that they give you. So yeah, I mean that's my review of CaDA. The quality of the pins and the bricks, they felt just like Lego. I didn't feel any difference at all. All right. So also, this rear tail light keeps coming loose. It keeps coming loose, but it's hard to see. But there is a tail light in between the wing supports. In any event, it was interesting. One moment, please. I'm sorry. I thought someone was knocking on my door. I heard him knocking on my neighbor's door. All right, so that's not my door. That's the neighbor's door. All right. Overall, yeah, it was interesting. Would I do another Technic set? Yeah. Would I do another CaDA Technic set? Probably. I'd like to. I'd like to try one of the F1 cars. I heard they had good reviews. And I just saw part of a review where the bags are numbered differently. And there's only one book. Again, this can be made to be motorized as an RC car. So there's this place in here where you can access to put in the motor. So in the second book, in the back of the book, it gives you the instructions on how to do that part of the build. Okay. And that's not a part of the hobby that interests me, so I have no intention of doing that. So that's where it's important that the engine Technic pins on either end are work together and that the rotors move freely, because probably that motor is going to make that go, which is going to, again, in turn, go to the rear wheels, and then you would need to have both rear wheels going with the one pin going into the axle where I could only get one to move. So in any event, I still like the look of the car. You know, didn't get a response from CaDA regarding the missing parts, but I can contact the website, Amazon. I was looking at that. I just have to get the part numbers again. I didn't write them down. I just copied the part numbers from the book into the email I sent to CaDA, and I don't have a copy of the email. In any event, that's it. That's my experience building this. Let me know what you think of the review. Let me know if you've built this and if you've had this experience here, or if I'm the one who goofed and made a mistake. Okay, are you getting, you know, how this looks? So, you know, that's it. I think I'm missing a piece here. Yeah, that piece fell off. Anyway, that's what I got. So questions, comments, leave them below, and let me know what you think. And if you like Technic, if you have any Technic sets that you think would be good quality builds, I kind of like this larger scale. I think it's interesting, even though there's still a lot of small parts, but it's still pretty cool looking. So let me know what y'all think, and I hope everybody has a good week. And if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Goodbye, everybody.